I think that ourselves in the Caribbean, we have no choice but to be involved in the social media at all levels. I mean, we really do not have a choice. We are the most tourism-dependent region on the planet. And tourism, if nothing else, is about contact with your customer. We have to be in touch with our customer, not just to try and sell our customer things, but to find out how we're doing. Social media, it's a gift for us. First of all, I think and this might, nobody says that this is necessarily the gospel, some might disagree with this, but social media rattles the whole belief of what your brand is to the core. You can say whatever you feel your brand is, you can talk about what your brand promise is, but all those tens of thousands of people, millions, who are commenting on how you're really doing on Facebook or on iGo, YouGo or TripAdvisor, they're telling each other what your brand really is. So we, who after all depend for our livelihood on knowing how they think about us, we have to be in there. We have to provide the facility for them to talk about us and for our customer base to do some countervailing as well. I believe that the technology hasn't yet caught up on either side of the Atlantic. Only about 1 in 2 phones sold in North America is a smartphone. So 50% of people still really haven't themselves got the instrument in their pocket or in their handbag to do the kinds of communication that you and I are talking about here. So we are looking at it and we're watching what happens at the source end as far as the Caribbean is concerned, but we realize that we are a step or 2 behind in terms of the infrastructure in the region itself. But we are trying to develop. In fact, we are hell-bent on developing. Okay, oh my dead body, we are introducing something called TVS, Total Visitor Satisfaction. Total visitor satisfaction, I won't bore you with the details, but it's a set of criteria, 10 or 12 criteria, that will determine how a destination gets the destination version of a Zagat rating. Let's just call it that, okay? So if you walk down 46th Street on Restaurant Row, you saw all these restaurants there, and 2 or 3 of them had a sign saying Zagat rating, guess which 2 or 3 you're going to be attracted to. Well, destinations don't have anything like that, but we feel it's time they did. And so the Caribbean is going to introduce that. But how is it going to make any sense? This rating, who's it going to come from? Is it going to come from Hugh Riley or Summer Brown Bramble or any of these people who think they know what the Caribbean brand is? It's going to have to be determined by the people who use those services. They will determine more than we whether this particular destination really is TVS rated. They're the ones that are going to make the decision. So that's kind of a clumsy explanation of it, but the fact is that we will use all of this interaction. Social media will help us to make this thing a success. It will make it or break it for us, but we have to be in that business, because if we're the most tourism dependent region, we have to care more.